Currently, she doesn't though wish you to aware her behalf. It was difficult mentally, she told. This questioning done me go behind to the position really deep. I was really frightened, really downward. I was weeping. This determination of myself is not a sacrifice, I'm a really powerful female, she told. I stay up for myself and I will stay up lot sometimes since I include to be an sample for my guys. Via belief, Jenny says she diluted her ego of hate for Weinstein, but is, before occupied thought on him creature of. She's aware of accountable he desired treat in Arizona. I see it love a play, love same's not departure to prison since of treat, she told. Same's clever. Same's been making the for lot year, so the is fair a play. Same, bullied his way in my inn chamber, proverb, I'm not departure to include sex in thou, I fair wish to say, she said the Times. One day within, he requested me questions on myself, but quickly became really violent and needing and stored request to see me bare. Jenny said the document she begged him to go off, but how he grasped me by the wool and constrained me to do thing I did not wish to make, she told. He later drawn me to the bathroom and violently abused me. Via a representative, Weinstein has often rejected all concoction of non-consensual sex. 6 months include gone with Jenny said her history to LAPD detectives, and she remnant sure her emotion travel will conduct to extortion. I trust he's in deity's hands, she told. I can think the not departure in a nice path. All will go how it has to constitute. Legislative experts say how the 6-month interval out of extortion in the instance may stock of the reality Jenny did not go to the police force in 2013. It was just following accountable on Weinstein's estimated offense in the New York Times and the New Yorker, fueling the Me Too motion, how Jenny chose to go striker. The DA's office space is potential interview as lot human beings as it can to check the history, told Dimitri Gorin, a ex-LA Shire sex crimes attorney. This household, her clergyman, the friends, he told. Did she complain about to them quickly following the reality? Such are named crisp appeal interviews. And such are human beings their departure to wish to interviewing to evaluate her trust. A representative for the area lawyer rejected to commentary on the instance. Authorized by the Cosby instance repeated estimated victims, a length story of estimated offense, Circle told. This distinction among the at first test how ended in a trial and the other test is how they utilized the law to enable some victims to witness in supporting of Cosby's initial prosecutor, he told. California has a such law how would enable prosecutorial to give further accusers in to witness in supporting of a initial prosecutor. Legislative experts say he's potential to be key to any instance versus Weinstein in California with the estimated incidents are year-old and safe natural testimony potential doesn't already exist. These cases need show penal intention, and one way to do how is representing preliminary bad acts, told ex-LA Shire area lawyer Steve Cooley. Arrogant down there's though extortion, down there would be hearings carried out by the courts to sign how lot preliminary bad acts would be permissible. But others say figure parallels among the Cosby and Weinstein cases is useless. I believe this social should not believe of thee as the time all changes, told Lisa Wayne, a penal defense lawyer and ex-CEO of the Domestic Associate of Penal Defense Lawyers. She argues it was not the evidence of accusers, but the contentious use of Cosby's precipitation in a preliminary civilian instance how was his demise. In it, Cosby acknowledged to receiving recipe quaaludes to offer to female he requested to include sex in. He's an inaudible of precedence while you give in preliminary statements of the charged who believes he done statements he mind were secured, Wayne told. This Cosby instance is just testimony how prosecutorial our political community. She adds how out of such a drama testimony of the charged, a instance versus Weinstein would act out lot otherwise. The periods up motion, created by woman leaders in amusement in the wake up of the Weinstein fracas, vaunted the Cosby sentence as a move to manufacturing it precise to all how the sounding of survivors will be heard and attack and oppression will no much longer be admitted. Wayne, who is relying in Denver but represents clients all above the nation, says down there's a terror in the penal defense planet, how a package mind has shaped amongst the social, wherever defendants are tested and condemned on public print, affecting prosecutorial to meet the social instead of the act. I believe of it as how we are two policy parties, we're severed on the issues how question, she told. As a female I believe this Me Too motion essential, but he's essential to go striker in a way how has legislative thrust. As top profile as Harvey Weinstein is present, his lawyer, Blair Burke, is unusually low section. She substantially refuses to do interviews, disputing how it just does a bad service to her clients. But as a discussion participant recent 1 week at a legislative meeting at LA's Loyola Law High School, Burke proposed a box in the disappointing planet of protecting a man who has encouraged a culture change in America. Story teaches us how down there can be so lot nice in the motion, Burke told. Yet down there are as well things how go in how motion how can be hazardous to the reason of judiciary. Burke sharpened to comments of a Beverly Mountain Range Police Force Sarge, as well on the pain, who told he gets common telephone call of yellow websites request while down there will be motion in the Weinstein instance. This concept how you include a yellow print outlet opening inviting up each date, Burke told, proverb which include you made, are you prosecuting the boy, we include to take how it creates an huge blood pressure on the framework to conduct click conferences and say the re-making thing. He should never be purified as a annoying or superfluous technicality, she told. The LA area lawyer's office space did not commentary for confirming how the extortion had been omitted. Independently, David Circle told he would be stunned if extortion weren't driven versus Weinstein in Jenny's instance, and waste the concept how her concoction were painted out by the number Me Too motion in slight legislative weighing. We had expected an inflow of cases, how hasn't happened so distant, told Buckley, who as well emerging on the Loyola pane. At question for lot of the cases is the status of limitations. All 5 cases versus Chubak, who rejected the concoction, were omitted in previous April, 4 persons since they bring down out of status. Jenny's instance versus Weinstein waterfall during the status of restriction laws in location at the period of the estimated occurrence. As of 2016, down there is no much longer a status of limitations for rape her in California. True ever wins, Jenny says she utilized to sense one, but with earning her instance to authorities and testifying some female say of, she has grown up much stronger. I'm not frightened love I was all such year up, she told. I was frightened to die, but I include to be and sample now for my guys. Jenny says she will be substance if Weinstein is loaded in any of the outdoor cases, it doesn't include to be her. Authorities in New York and London are as well studying Weinstein for estimated sex crimes. I fair trust in judiciary, she told. This true ever wins. If it comes of a various instance, so be he. She added how one of the reasons she's talk now is to instill some female, not fair ones in claims versus Weinstein, yet in any cases, national abuse, she told. Thou include to be powerful, you include to stay up for oneself. You can't do it for nobody else, she told. Thou include to do it for thou. A lot of human beings don't trust in judiciary, and I wish them to trust you can.